to the Chamber Chat, your source for everything Danville and business topics that matter to you. We hope you enjoy the show. Chamber Chat. Chamber Chat.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Chamber Chat. It's Jocelyn
and Kelly,
and today we are here with
David Winters. I am a Danville resident and have been here for 9 years now. I own and operate Winters Tax and Consulting, which is an accounting firm here in Danville. We're located at the corner of Washington Street and Clinton Street. My wife Kendra and I have been married for almost 27 years. We have a 22-year-old son and a 12-year-old daughter. And that's about short part of me.
All right. How did you get into accounting?
Well, a little bit by accident. I started working for a retail developer back in the late 90s, and there just happened to be a position that was accounting light. And so when I decided to go back to school at 26, it seemed natural to go for an accounting degree. And then I got into the tax world because as I was wrapping up my accounting degree, there happened to be a position open in the corporate tax department. So that's how I got there, and then that's how I am where I am now.
So accounting, my husband will tell you it's not my strong suit. I grew up with a mother that as long as she had checks in her checkbook, she had money. And my husband says we don't live like that. But so we have separate accounts for that reason.
Sure.
So personal or business, do you do both? Personal and business?
I do both, and they both have good attributes to them. I like working with businesses because I don't just do numbers and tax returns for them. I actually try to get involved in terms of consulting, and if I see things in their accounting records that maybe I can help out with, I like to do that. And then the individuals are nice because you get a wide variety of people, and it's just really nice to work with different members of the community.
So the consulting part of it. So what are some of the things that you offer as far as,
consulting? Yeah. So it's understanding their industry. So if it's a construction client or in the medical industry or things like that, I want to understand what the industry trends are. And then what I do is I look at their financial statements, and if there's something that just kind of looks out of whack, I may say, hey, let's talk about this. Or if something changes drastically from one year to the next, I might focus on that. So we talk about, I try to talk to them about maybe, different strategies, budgeting and things like that. There are a lot of business owners, they don't budget. They don't really think that far ahead on it until it's tax time. And then, but I really like, what I tell new business clients is I really like working with you 3 or 4 times through the year. That way, neither of us get these huge surprises in January when it's time to file. So, really just looking at their overall business, process, the accounting process, and seeing if there are ways that I can help them out with that. Tax planning is a big part of that too. If I know what their accounting looks like throughout the year, then I can do a better job at helping them with tax.
So, do you do any in-house bookkeeping? I
do a little bit. It's not like a main part of my of my offerings, but I do help out. I have a handful of clients where I do quarterly accounting, where they will handle a lot of the internal in-house stuff, and then once a quarter, at the end of each quarter, they'll say, "Hey, David, I'm done. Can you take a look at it and tell us, if there's any changes that need to be made?" I do have a couple of clients where I do monthly bookkeeping for. It's kind of the same process that I do on a quarterly, but just on a monthly basis because that's just what they wanted.
Right.
So yeah.
So if you had someone who was looking to start a business, what's like one of the few key things you would make sure that they knew when they're setting themselves up and those kind of things?
That is a great question. I have, over the years, I've been a CPA now for almost 16 years, and I've had new business owners come in a year or two after they started, and they say, what should I have done, or what should I do? And I say, well, go back about 2 years and give me a call. So that's the first piece of advice. Give a CPA a call, give an attorney a call if if it's warranted. Um, just be prepared and get ahead of the game. Yeah, call your CPA. And in terms of actually operating a business, I can't answer LLC questions because it's really a legal thing.
Right.
But LLC is a pretty popular setup as well. But when it comes to operating a business, getting a separate bank account, getting a name, and just trying to establish the business itself separate from you as the individual. So it's if you do more than you think you need to do in terms of record keeping and note taking and things like that, because it's just going to make the business better.
So if someone is starting up a business,
Mhm.
so I came into this position, obviously the QuickBooks accounts are already set up and those
Mhm.
kind of things. Probably not the way I would have done it.
Sure.
Marcia did a phenomenal job. I
Mhm.
will say that. I mean, amazing. But so can someone come to you, and is that something you would do consulting wise? Like, hey, let me help you set up your
Chart of accounts,
and-
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. You know, I'll look at just about anything when it comes to the accounting piece, because it's having things in order. I've seen clients over the years where they'll have multiple accounts for the same type of expense, and that can be very confusing. So, but that's a longer answer. The short answer is yes. If someone needs help with their chart of accounts, I can analyze that and maybe look at industry too to see what makes the most sense in that particular industry.
So tax wise,
Mhm.
so we're in tax season.
We are.
This comes to your tax season. So what are things that we as business owners or even individuals can put together for you to
Sure.
make your job easier
Yeah.
and our life easier?
Yeah, that's a great question. January is one of those months where it's kind of hit and miss for CPAs. I happen to file 1099s for a lot of clients, but I always tell business owners, the sooner you get to me in January, you don't have to wait for W-2s and other tax documents necessarily for your business return to get worked on.
Oh,
So
okay.
once your accounting is finished, then get your information to me. In fact, right now I've got 7 business tax returns finished, but I can't file them because we can't file it until January 26th. So the sooner you get your stuff together, the better. I highly recommend not waiting until January to look at your prior 12 months. Um, and if you don't have someone in house that can help you with that, give us a call. But yeah, just kind of being on there and getting in as quickly as you can. And I usually try to get things turned around within a couple weeks, unless I'm waiting on the IRS, of course. But yeah, that gets in before we get super busy. The business returns, if you file an S corp or a partnership return, they're due March 15th. So, I prefer you not to call me on March 10th wanting me to get your return done. So, the sooner the better. And then one other thing I want to point out is, business owners and really anybody that files tax returns, they don't like calling their CPA because they think they're going to get a bill for every time they call. I tell my business clients, hey, I would rather you call me in April with a question or May with a question than to wait until January, February, and you don't remember what happened. I'm not going to nickel and dime you. We're a partnership. We're working together. So, but yeah, just being on the ball, get going early, and then that helps everybody.
I think I've called you a couple of times with QuickBooks
You have,
questions to
yes.
say, hey, but I want to point out that I was in here Saturday working on our books, and I did something. I put it to the wrong account, but I figured out how to back it up and change it. And
There you
so,
go. Good job.
Yay.
Very good.
Small victories. Small victories. So anything else people should know about, your business or you
Yeah.
or accounting or
Yeah. So I've just real quick, I've been a CPA now for 16 years. I think I said that. I'm a graduate of Indiana Wesleyan University. My MBA from there as well. But I've had my tax practice now since November of 2023 here in Danville, and I specifically wanted to be in the heart of Danville because Danville's just a great place to live. And so that was intentional. As far as me, a little known fact, I'm a drummer. I played drums for
I did
didn't know
not know
that.
that.
yeah, I played drums for 30 years. This is no joke. I started when I was 11. Yeah, I guess I'm retired from that. But no, yeah, I'm a drummer. So I actually laid tracks on 2 albums in the late '90s. So,
Really?
but yeah. But that's all we're gonna say about that. I think.
That's so funny. I didn't know that.
Um, and then as far I want to say a couple things. For 1040s, for individual tax prep, don't wait until you've got the last form to come in. At the same time, don't send one every 2 weeks because then it gets kind of lost in the shuffle. If you get 75% of your tax documents in, bring those in. We'll get started on it. But also don't wait till the last minute if you can help it at all. Obviously, and that's what I tell folks. I send out a letter every year and I say, hey, try to get your stuff in by this time so that we don't have to extend. But then I put a little tagline in there. I say, but as soon as you get it in, I'll start working on it and I'll try to get it, done for you. It's just what we're here for. Extensions doesn't mean you failed at anything. It just means we need more time. We want to get it right. And here's something that I get a lot of folks are confused on. When you extend your tax return, it does not extend the payment time. It's still due on April 15th. And then the other thing is if you get a notice in the mail from the IRS or from the Indiana Department of Revenue, first thing you need to do is not panic. It's okay. It'll be fine. And the second thing is to call your CPA because they can help you do that. I don't know if you want me to go through any more. I've got some tax highlights here for 25.
Sure.
But, okay. So just this isn't a comprehensive thing, but the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act from 2017 was extended this past year, and so a majority of the provisions in there are still in place, lower tax rates and things like that. Standard deduction amounts, and this kind of gets into the boring stuff, but married filing joint is $31,500. There's temporary individual deductions on overtime, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. If you have any questions on those, I'm happy to answer if anyone wants to call in. Like I said, lower tax rates. Child tax credit has increased to $2,200 for 2025. And
Okay, I have
then,
a question on
sure,
that.
go right ahead.
Why do we get tax? My kids now, college
Cost you
are
more?
way more expensive. Why is that?
I don't know. That's a question for Congress, I think.
Congress, could you answer?
I've had to tell folks. They say, "Why do I owe this year?" I said, "Well, how old's your oldest?" They just turned 17. It's like that's why, because it does go down once they turn 17.
Yep.
So, but
Sorry, just
no,
a pet peeve of
that,
mine.
that's great. And those are some of the highlights. But if you have any questions about any tax, any tax questions or accounting questions, feel free to give us a call.
I think Jocelyn had some questions.
Oh
for you,
yeah.
too.
So okay,
These are fun.
these are not about tax.
Okay.
I don't really know anything
Now we
about
can
that.
wake
We
up.
kind of thought the tax questions were fun.
Yeah. I just don't know anything, so I'm not gonna ask you. So you mentioned having your business right in the middle of Danville. What do you love about Danville? What are some of your favorite Danville events, chamber events, all that stuff?
Sure. Yeah. It's the events like Destination Danville or the concerts where hundreds, if not thousands, of people can come together.
Yeah.
Just kind of being out there and you feel safe roaming the streets.
Yeah.
It's just a really tight knit community. So I really like that aspect of it. And just a quick thing, my wife and I, we moved here from Avon back in 2016. And after, we lived there 8 years, but I think we talked to more people here in Danville in the first 6 months of being here than we did the 8 years in Avon. No knock on Avon. It's just a different community, different feel. But yeah, we really enjoy that community feel that we have.
Yeah. Okay. That was my only big question. And then I have my...
We did. So in December, we did kind of our favorite restaurants.
Oh, yes,
and,
yes,
yes.
favorite shop local, because obviously we promote, staying local. So what are your favorite restaurants? And
Well,
you don't have to come to one, or you could give us your favorite.
I would say
favorite item in
Favorite
Danville.
item.
What is
I have to be very political because
There you go.
I have a few clients out there.
No. That's okay.
No, I we have some nostalgic options here in Danville that have its place and they're good. I'm kind of like a pizza guy.
Okay.
So there's a couple of pizza places in town that I think are very good. So, yeah, I think
Your go-to is the pizza guy.
Yeah. If it's Friday night, and you don't really have anything to make. It's like, hey, we'll call up so and so and get a pizza order.
There you go.
Yeah.
shop local.
Yeah.
One of our favorite things to do. Is there someplace that's your go-to, like, gift buying place, or someplace you love just stopping
Again,
in?
we're getting political.
You're
We're not
at-
gonna be
Getting
able-
political. Just
You're asking a man, first of all, about gift
Do you
gift
shop
buying.
for your wife around
Amazon.
here?
Why?
Oh,
Where
nice.
else?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I'm actually, honestly, I'm terrible at that stuff. So, but I've been educated over the years, so I'm a little better now. But, I not just because I'm a small business. I did this before I opened my own tax practice, but part of being a small community, you really want to try to support the local
Absolutely.
businesses as much as you can. Sometimes it's not feasible. Sometimes you have to go other places, but
Like Amazon.
like Amazon.
Yeah.
And I don't have to go anywhere. I just start
I
typing,
get
and
it,
it's
I
right
get
there.
it.
So,
there you go.
but yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
We
I
have
think our
boxes
guy
this year.
knows us very well.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
get that. We get that. So if someone who wanted to contact you, what is the best way to contact
Sure. So our phone number is 317-717-2019. You can also email me at david@dwinterscpa.com.
I have one more question.
Oh, sure.
I almost
Go for it.
forgot. Your
Yes.
piece of life advice or business
The
advice. Yeah, any of that.
Scripture?
Well, there's a lot. Business advice: do things with high integrity and character because it matters. Integrity is what you're doing when people aren't looking. So if you do business the right way, then the right things will happen.
Mhm.
But I have this saying that I have up on a chalkboard at home. So in our mud room, when you go out, there's this chalkboard up there, and I've had it up there for years. So everybody sees it when they go to the garage and everything. It says, "Be good, do right, and smile often."
Oh,
And
I love
yeah,
that.
and it's the two are obviously first two are obviously very important, but sometimes a smile can really make a difference in someone's life, including your own.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe you just need to look in the mirror and smile real quick, and
Yeah.
then that'll help you out. But yeah, be good, do right, smile often, and I think that's
I
good to
love
live
that.
by.
That's so good. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you for coming in.
Well, thanks for
Yes.
having me. This was great. I
Um,
appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming in
Sure.
and sharing with us, and I appreciate your expertise, and that you're only a phone call away, because
That's
Yeah.
right.
obviously,
And
I need
about
a
3
phone
And
away.
like 2 blocks. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 blocks.
Yes,
Although I did drive today because it is way too cold to
it
walk.
is
freezing.
way too cold. Way too cold.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. We just want to take a minute to thank you for all of the great feedback that we have gotten on our podcast, all the support that we have gotten. We are excited about these. But if you would like to help out a little more, make sure you hit subscribe. Either subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or on YouTube. We appreciate the support. Thank you all so much.